Mike Tyson said, "Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face." While this is clearly a boxing reference, the same can be said about retirement plans. Whether you have a retirement plan or are building one, can it withstand a punch? From my experience in designing and implementing retirement plans, I have found 3 particularly damaging punches or issues that derail retirement plans. I'm going to share these punches with you and then give you a quick tip or 2 on how to deal with them. The first is a stock market correction or crash. This is one topic that is often discussed, but it still seems to knock a lot of retirement plans on their butts. Just reflect on the people you know who retired on or near the 2008 market crash. People know that the stock market goes up and down. People also tend to understand that trying to time the market is extremely difficult. While diversification and proper asset allocation are key ways to combat market volatility, another often overlooked strategy is to match your income to low risk or green money assets, as I call them. In simple terms, if you need income in retirement, the assets used to generate that income generally should not be subject to downside market risk. Your income shouldn't suffer simply because the stock market goes down. For income planning, Dolphin Financial Group often uses tools that aren't going to potentially lead to a decline in the income. For more on this topic, please check out the video that we've done called Color of Money. The second punch is a negative health event. A negative health event seems to knock down a ton of retirement plans. This is something like a stroke, a heart attack, or a chronic illness that leads to a decrease in income or an increase in medical expenses. Perhaps the end result is the need for home health care or nursing care. The cost for this can be financially devastating, as health insurance such as Medicare won't necessarily cover the expenses of a long-term care or assisted living facility. People are living longer, and as people age, health typically deteriorates and health care costs typically rise. If your retirement plan does not factor in the cost of this reality, you could find yourself in a plan that's failing. The possible solution is to buy long-term care insurance policy, but that isn't the only way to prepare for this. Please check out the video on paying for the cost of long-term care for some more information on alternative ways to prepare for this punch. The third punch is caring for a family member. This one is creeping up more and more frequently, yet rarely factored into retirement plans. This punch is the financial burden of caring for an adult child or aging parent. Perhaps an unlucky retiree might be sandwiched between both at the same time. Does your retirement plan factor in the cost for taking care of an aging parent and the associated drain on time and energy that may result? How about if your son or daughter asks for financial assistance to buy a house, pay for your grandchild's education, wedding, or even bail money? Could you say no? If not, can you afford to say yes? To deal with this situation, I often reference the analogy of the standard flight attendant safety instructions. In the event of an emergency, place the mask on your face and then help your needy companion. This is the same in financial planning. Make sure your financial situation is sound first, and then check to make sure your family members are planning appropriately. Discussing and planning for potential situations with family members ahead of time often alleviates a lot more problems in the future. As a last resort, you can always disappear or move really far away and never answer your phone again. Retirement should be a great time in your life. Don't let a stock market correction, a long-term care event, or a needy family member knock you down. Be proactive and give us a call to learn some specific defensive strategies against these knockout punches.